Hello, hello. Let's put the shirt on so I look different to how I did in that other video. Yeah. Hey fam, welcome back to my channel. It is your girl, Dutchy. In today's video, I wanted to provide you all with some hints and tips on how to know if you are bisexual. It is a very hot topic of conversation that is always going down in the DMs, so I thought, why not make a video about it? So, I've just collated 10 of my favorite tips, 10 things that helped me figure out that I was bi, and I've just put them together in here. It's not to say if you do any of these things or resonate with any of this and don't identify as a bisexual that you are. I'm definitely not trying to call you out and say like, if you do this, guess what? But that also may very well be the case for some of you watching this video. So if it is, then congrats, welcome to the bi fam. If you are new here, hi, my name is Dutchy. I create and upload LGBTQ+ content twice a week, and I would absolutely love for you to become part of the Dutchy fam too, the best fam on the internet. So go ahead and click that big red subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss an upload. And yeah, without further ado, let's get on into this video on 10 ways to know if you're bisexual. Okay, the first one I wanted to start with is you can identify with other bisexual creators, whether they've shared their story, it's very similar to yours, those sorts of things. You can identify with them. You identify with bisexual TikToks. You identify with all those sorts of things about like feelings, thoughts, and emotions of a bisexual person. If you find yourself identifying with that, again, doesn't necessarily mean that you are, but if you're like, hey, I feel that, or hey, yeah, I relate to that, could be a way to know if you're bisexual. The second way to realize whether or not you are bisexual is through fantasies, through your fantasies. Now I'm talking sexual and non-sexual. Not all fantasies need to be sexual. Like you just thinking of ending up with a woman and 3 cats in your white picket fence house, that is a fantasy or a dream. But yeah, sexual and non-sexual. What gets you aroused? Thinking about what, thinking about who, doing what, doing who. But also in terms of like, who do you want to be with? Who would you like to marry? Who do you see yourself with? Those sorts of things can be really handy. Can you see yourself ending up with another woman? Can you see yourself ending up with another man? Keep in mind, all of these tips are for men and women who may be questioning or maybe thinking that they are bisexual. So yeah, do you see yourself possibly? Like, who do you see yourself ending up with? Do you not have any limits on that? Or are there? My third tip is take note of who you get nervous around. This is a strong indicator. If you're still at school, in people you're friends with, your classmates, do you get more nervous when you have to partner up with another girl, another guy, whomever? Do you get really nervous around them, or are you super cool with it and you're just fine? Nerves, like our body knows, okay? Like our body knows and our body reacts to things even before we do at times. It knows, and if you find yourself getting clammy and nervous around your girlfriends, as a girl or as a guy or whatever, that might be a strong indicator. Tip number 4, if you've always been attracted to a certain gender. So say for me, I was always attracted to boys in primary school, high school, always had a boyfriend, always had someone on the go, but perhaps there's someone new now. You've always been attracted to a certain gender and now there's someone new that's come along that may be the same gender as you. You find yourself attracted to them. You find yourself not being able to stop thinking about them, wanting to be with them a lot. They don't always have to be a best friend. They could be someone new that's come onto the scene that you're suddenly attracted to and you do not know why. Take those feelings and thoughts and analyze them just for a hot minute. Doesn't have to be for too long, but just analyze them. Sit with them and absorb them. Also take note of where your attention goes to, where your attention diverts to in a room. Say you're at a party, say you're at a gathering. Where does your attention divert to? Could it be a school play? Could be you're at the ballet or a show with your family. Are you focusing on the main female character? Are you focusing on the main male character? Or both? Those sorts of things. If you're at a party, are you finding this girl that's like dancing real super confident on her own? Like, are you really attracted to that? Or are you really attracted to that guy over there telling funny jokes and you just want to go and laugh at his jokes with him and go and talk to him? Or are you attracted to both? I know I touched on fantasies before, but porn and what actually gets you aroused when you masturbate or when you are getting horny and stuff, like what are you thinking about? What sort of porn do you watch? I know this isn't the strongest indicator because I know a lot of heterosexual people that watch either gay or lesbian porn and find that really attractive and a turn on, and it doesn't actually mean anything for their sexuality, but at the same time it can mean something for your sexuality. Keep that one in mind. You don't have to share it with me, just keep it in mind. This one, if a guy or a girl or whomever was to approach you at a bar, at a party, anywhere, at school, and they asked you out and they asked you to go on a date, what would you say or how would you feel about that? Now this one's hard because someone might ask you that you're just so not attracted to and you just wouldn't go on a date with them. But say it's just, how would that make you feel? Would you be saying no to them because you don't like them and their personality, or you just are not into them that way and you don't want to give them the wrong impression? Or is it no, I don't really like you like that, but you would say yes to perhaps someone else of that same gender? I think that's a really telling sign. And even if you do say no, up here is going to tell you what you're really wanting to say and what you're really thinking, and it's important to take note of that and think about that. This sort of leads on from that one. Do you see yourself having an actual relationship or like sexual, romantic, whatever, with someone of the same gender? Or not? Because you can be interested sexually in people of the same gender but not want anything more, and that's totally, some people are like that. But can you see yourself dating and falling in love with and having children with, getting a house with someone of the same gender? I don't know, can you? And leading on from that, I suppose maybe it should have been before that, but are you curious about kissing girls or kissing guys? Are you curious about kissing someone you never have before? Like, are you curious about that and how it would feel? Or is there just absolutely nothing there and you're like, nah, I don't need it, I'm not interested, you know, that sort of thing. I'm sure you definitely have the answer to that. I can almost hear you saying, yes, I do, I want to know, because that's exactly how I was. But yeah, is that something that crosses your mind? Is it a thought that you have often, or maybe not so often? Or that was my last point to make. I'm sure I could do another video on this. I'm sure I could get another 10. I hope some of those points were thought-provoking for you. I hope they were maybe comforting if you were looking for some clarification or to hear from another YouTuber that is bi and has those thoughts or had those thoughts when they were figuring out their sexuality. But yeah, they are all the hints and tips I have for you today. If you did enjoy this one, please make sure to give it a huge thumbs up. Share it with anyone that you think would enjoy it or find it informational or helpful. And yes, I will see you all in my next one. Bye.